Hello, I'm Joseph, and I thought I'd go for a walk down a creek bed. Maybe you can come with me today. It's the 27th of December 2025. I'm sparing you views of my elderly, ravaged face today. I wanted to talk about some of the things I sense in the future, probably mostly next year. But I have to be careful what I say because we have all sorts of new laws out covering things you say on the internet. So some things I'll be a bit vague. I hope you're all okay and you've had a nice Christmas. And where I am at the moment, this is in the Burnett region of Queensland, Australia, and it's very beautiful. This is a national park. If you see me get dragged away by a giant snake, at least it'll be on video, which will make it all worthwhile. Oops. Well, the thing is, we are in a world war, so there's not shooting everywhere. We're all affected by this spiderweb. We're all affected by this. It's affecting our economies, and actually, the economy is the heart of this whole thing. Because we're at a time, hello butterfly, because we're at a time in history where the power dynamic is shifting, and that has always been a dangerous time. Whether it was the fall of Rome, whether it was the decline of British power, which finally really ended in 1956 with their attack on Suez, when the Americans pulled the plug on their finances, and that was the end of them. Though they still have influence, of course. And now we see all the changes happening around the world. And these are big things, the finances, aren't they? They affect every one of us. An elderly man, like, can I make it around those rocks? Look at this. It's like Indiana Jones's great-granddad, isn't it? But it's beautiful here. And it has such history. And sometimes I'm blessed to feel the spirits here. Those of people, and those of much older things. And so what's happening now is the US dollar's losing its power around the world. And that is, look at this, tomatoes. Look at that. And that's affecting them very badly. And hence we're going to have lots of wars because they pay for a lot of their power through their military and selling weapons and arms. And it's sad that it became that way, really, isn't it? But that's the truth of the matter. I won't use his name, but there's an elderly leader overseas who I believe is having all sorts of issues, and who I also believe is probably not very, very long for this world. And that in itself will unleash more issues. See those darker trees up there on the hill? They're called bunya pines. And they make bunya nuts, which are very beautiful and tasty. And the people who lived here long ago used to harvest them and have special celebrations around them. So next year, if you can have cash as opposed to money in the bank, that would help. And also food supplies. But all sorts of prices are going to make all sorts of things out of the reach of ordinary folk. So there will be social upheaval. And it's a troubling time, a troubling and dangerous time. Now the other big thing is, of course, because so much is dependent on the internet, like this thing here that I'm doing. Look at this, behold my skillful, look at that. Oh, I see some water. They have things called psyops, which is basically we're given a picture of the world and reality and things that are happening that are not true. And this is going to continue. And the whole idea, that's for moo cows, I think, and the whole idea is basically to make us afraid so we do as we're told. You can expect another mystery illness to appear throughout the year that require all sorts of government pressure to control behaviour. You might have to do a lot of it, but don't be afraid. And that's my biggest message for today, is whatever you hear, whatever they tell you, don't be afraid. Because fear takes away whatever personal power we have and turns us all into abused and mistreated children. Look at that little flower. Isn't you beautiful thing? It's going to take a long time for justice and balance and fairness to return to the world. I don't believe there's going to be a thermonuclear war, not a major one anyway, but I do expect some smaller nukes to be thrown around here and there. And for my friends in Syria and the Middle East, I send you my hugs and my love. Not sure that makes much difference, but I think about you. In fact, I think about everyone. Isn't it funny we have such things that separate us, and yet we're all born in much the same way, much the same bodies. And here we are all separated, all brothers and sisters from different mothers and fathers. And look what they've made us do. Even our religions, which are supposed to be the major expression of our spirituality, pardon me, they too, of course, have been controlled by societies and belief systems, and everything's been polluted. As far as I can tell, the heart of all spirituality should be just to be kind and to treat others the way you would like to be treated. I think that's pretty fair. And for those of you facing grief and loss, do you know, I don't really have any religious beliefs at all. Look, you can see where the floods have, in past years, have left things in the trees. Like I was saying, even though I have no religious beliefs as such, from my own experience, I'm certain there's some sort of afterlife, some sort of alternate reality. I have no doubts whatsoever. So explore and use your own little old tree. Look at that branch up there. And use your own intuition, your own judgment. I mean, you've lived your life so far. All of us with some sort of grief, loss or pain. And here you are. And don't assume that the people who run our world at the moment know any better than you do, because they probably don't. Yeah, that was very vague, wasn't it? But depending on how this goes, I shall make more specific things in the future. Bless you, whoever you are. Bless you.